sighting in Woodman Arms 50 caliber muzzleloading rifle. William Hovey Smith, 2016. I'm the author of Extreme Muzzleloading, and here we're out at our range in the woods, sighting in a gun, shooting from the back of our truck.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman, and we are about to do the first shooting with our Woodman Patriot rifle here in 50 caliber. Now I have an AIM red dot sight on it in order to keep the weight down to 6.5 pounds. This is going to be a very close range gun for hunting in thick cover. And I'm doing my initial sighting in here at 25 yards with this sight. And the bullets I'm going to be using are going to range between about 240 grains to about 300 grains, and we're going to keep the powder charge at about 90 grains. Why? This is a very lightweight gun. Heavier loads recoil more than I really care to take at this stage in my life. Yes, you can load heavier loads and you can beat yourself to death with this thing. I don't need them to kill close-range deer. Most of my deer are shot 30 yards and closer. Whoa. Yeah, this is the longest field I have. Now, I do have the possibility of a 300-yard shot here, but I also have rifles that'll do it better than this. Not that this can't make 300-yard shots, but is much better for hunting in heavy timber and really thick stuff. Now, we're going to start off with a couple of 295 grain power belt bullets, which may well be what I use because I find these very effective on my deer as well as easy to load. So we're going to keep the load easy, both on the shoulder as well as to manipulate it. The first thing we're going to do is actually fire a cap just to make sure all the ignition passages are clear. Open gun. Retrieve 209 primer. These happen to be Remingtons I'm shooting here. Drop in the breech, close, point in safe direction, and fire. Safety off. Boogie. Open. And we're now ready to reload. Well, I'm going to go ahead and load up. And we're going to shoot a couple just to get on target before we start doing anything with the chronograph. We're now loaded up and primed and ready to shoot. I'm going to activate my red dot sight here. Close the action. The action is not cocked, however. The cocking lever is not down. I do not see red, so I need to cock the action. Now the action is cocked. The gun opened, I've reclosed it, so those steps have been taken. In a comfortable, stable position here. Now I would have called that about 2 inches to the right of the point of aim. Our initial sighting in with the 295 grain power belt bullets. The first shot hit here. I adjusted 10 clicks down and left. The second shot hit here. I adjusted 30 clicks down and left. The third shot hit the 9 ring here. So it still needs to go just a gnat's hair over to the left. So I'm going to make that adjustment, paste up this target, and move to 50 yards. But it would have been absolutely futile to have started off with 50 yards. The shots would have been way off the target somewhere. But this is typical. You got a strange gun, yeah, you start sighting in at 25. I've already done preliminary shooting at 25 yards, and 3 shots and 40 clicks later, we are actually in the center of the bull. So we've now moved back to 50 yards. I'm using the red dot sight because this is a very lightweight muzzleloader, 6.5 pounds, and I intend to use it with moderate velocity loads for close-in work on smallish deer and hogs. My shots are typically at about 30 yards or so, and so I need a fast-action, close-range gun, and this is what I'm setting this one up to be. The chronograph is now set up, and we've got it pointed toward the target. And we'll see if we can get a record there. That should be reasonable. And we shall see. So now we have loaded it and actually cocked it by pulling this lever all the way back. And the cocking indicator is orange, indicating now that the gun is ready to fire. The safety is also showing orange, meaning that the safety is off, and so the gun will fire when I pull the trigger. And we'll turn on the chronograph and take our first shot. I would have called that shot on the bull at about 11 o'clock and about 2 inches in the bullseye. And it chronographed 1,637 feet per second, which is a reasonable value for this load.
Besides extreme muzzleloading, I have other books where I talk about muzzleloading guns, and these include a general review in backyard deer hunting, as well as a series of inexpensive specialized e-books. Now, the titles of these books include Muzzleloaders for Hunters, Shooting and Maintaining Your Muzzleloader, Hunting with Muzzleloading Shotguns and Smoothbore Muskets, as well as hunting big and small game with muzzleloading pistols. I also have a series of business books under the Profit brand. The first of these is Ideas for New Businesses on how to discover your million or billion-dollar business, and here's a little blurb about me and my books. Now, these first 3 shots actually loosen the sight base, so I'll continue shooting at my bench behind my house. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.